Until you have a conscious awareness of your own guidance system, then you can't tell where you are in relationship to anything that is important to you. As Jerry and Esther travel from Phoenix to San Diego, it's a very understandable journey. They never get lost. They never get out there in the desert and then fret that they won't make it. They don't get halfway and feel so unhappy that they're not yet where they want to be that they get disoriented and lose their perspective and then turn around accidentally and go the wrong way. That would be a very long journey, wouldn't it? Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma. And in that sort of disorientation, they might begin to pronounce to each other after several days or weeks or months or years of making an unsuccessful journey that San Diego is impossible or incurable. And we would say that's a ridiculous explanation because there are signposts. They have reasonable expectation to get where they are going. And so if you agree that it is ridiculous for them to lose their way on this 400-mile westward journey, then do you also agree that it is ridiculous that someone could be sick and not believe that they can get well? It's exactly the same thing. It is ridiculous for someone not to have enough money and to believe that they can't get plenty of money. And the only reason that anyone could be sick and not move swiftly to wellness is because they're sick, getting weller, getting disoriented and moving back towards sickness, getting weller, getting disoriented and moving back to sickness, and then doctors have the nerve to tell you you can't get there from there. And we say, clearly they don't know about who you are, clearly they don't know about law of attraction, clearly they don't understand your guidance system. If they understood your guidance system, they would never scare you. They wouldn't hold up those tests and x-rays in their attempt to face reality. They'd be telling you that it's possible to get to where you want to be, because in hope, you're moving toward the resolution that you are seeking, and in fear, you're moving in opposition. Don't you find it in this moment remarkable that anyone would not understand that if it feels better, it is, and if it feels worse, it isn't? But what happens to so many humans is they have become accustomed to just looking at circumstances and sorting them out and putting them in wanted piles and unwanted piles. And they've come to believe that they have no control over the piles, that the piles just are, that things just happen, that reality just is. And the best way that they use their emotions is just in response to what they are observing. So good things make them feel good and bad things make them feel bad. And then they attempt the impossible. They run around and spend their entire lives trying to control conditions so that they can have more good feeling conditions and fewer bad feeling conditions. And we say, please give that up, and right away. Because you cannot control those conditions, but you can control your vibrational relationship. You can choose thoughts that cause you to move in the direction of who you really are. Imagine yourself moving down to the shore of a fast-moving river. You've got your canoe and oars in it, and you set your canoe into the water, and you point it upstream, and you begin paddling very hard. And we say, turn it around and go with the flow. And most humans would say, oh, Abraham, that just seems lazy. And we say, but how long can you keep that up? How long can you paddle against the current? And many would say, I don't know, let me see. And many would say, I've been practicing this for a very long time, and I'm getting better and better and better and better and better of inching upstream. It's not easy, I have to tell you, but I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger in my ability to resist going with the flow. And there are so many others that are in the same effort that we sort of help each other along the way by patting each other on the back and giving rewards and statues for struggle. Because after all, there is only gain if there is plenty of pain. You know, the humans will tell us. And we say, go with the flow. And the reason that we are so insistent upon the value of going with the flow is because we understand what the flow is. The projection of thought from source is what that stream is. And that when you go with that flow, you are carried on a current that, first of all, is eternal, and next will take you anywhere that you want to be. So this current or stream is the calling of source. It is the non-physical energy that is you. And when you go with that flow, you feel the ease and the joy of it. The feeling of passion is going with the flow. The feeling of discouragement is going against the flow. The feeling of love is going with the flow. The feeling of hate is going against the flow. The feeling of eagerness is going with the flow. In other words, when you allow yourself to relax, some call it surrendering, we call it relax into the flow. Allowing is what it is. It's allowing the resources of source to resourcefully source you. It did get your attention, didn't it? Well, think about it. Source is there for you, calling you. And if you will listen for the call of source, and if you will move in the direction of that call, you will feel the ease of it. So when life causes you to want something and you feel that exhilaration in your belly, that's source, that's more of that flow. So life causes you to ask for this and ask for this and ask for this and ask for this and ask for this. And do you know, with every particle of life that you live and every asking, source instantly becomes that which you have asked for. Because in source, there is no buffer of time. In source, there is just the focusing and the becoming that which you are asking for. So the best way we can describe that to you is that there is a vibrational escrow that's being accumulated on your behalf because of what you're living in this life experience. When someone's rude to you, you want them to be nicer. When you are rude, you want to be nicer. When you don't have enough of something, you want more of it. When you see something that you like it. When you are complimented, you like that. In other words, you are honing out through your life experience your picture of what would be better. And Source is so aware that no one would know better than you right there where you're standing out there on the leading edge, that in the moment that you, genius source energy in a physical body, concludes something, source says yes and becomes completely agreeing and in compliance with it. That's why we say when you ask, it is given every single time. But what you may not know is it is given every single time, and it is given instantaneously every single time. So if life causes you to ask for more money, source says yes, of course. Whatever you want and in whatever amount you want it. Yes, of course. But when you're beating the drum of, oh, I don't have enough money, I've never had enough money, they are charging too much for that, those people over there have more than their fair share, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, why isn't the money coming to me, I cannot pay my bills, I'm so discouraged about not having enough money, I hate those rich people, I wish I had more money, the government should take the money away from them and give more of it to me. The government should not take the money away from me. In other words, as you beat that drum of not enough money, you're activating a vibration that does not allow you to go with the flow. And that feeling of negative emotion that you feel is your indication that you're pulling against the flow. That's you in your canoe paddling in the wrong direction. That's Jerry and Esther out there in the desert on their way back to Phoenix. In other words, that's what you feel like when you are not going in the direction of the flow. Now, further, we want you to understand that this flow it is so significant because it is literally what you have become. In other words, life caused you to become everything that's over there in vibrational escrow. The non-physical part of you has already become it, and the non-physical part of you has so completely become it that it's there holding the vibration of that which it have become. And if you will listen, you will feel the calling of that, you see. So many of our physical friends say, oh yes, the calling of source must surely sound like harps and angels. And we say, the calling of source sounds like whatever it sounds to you from wherever you are. You're the one interpreting what it feels like. So if you are on the brink of appreciation, Jerry and Esther have had the most extraordinary travel up this East Coast. They have been basking and walking and working and writing and editing and loving life. They have a book deadline, and so they're working long hours on the book and on the editing. They've held themselves in such a place of connection with such steady attention to things that make them feel good, that when they then turn their attention toward something that they are appreciating, like a blossom or a bird or a squirrel or a child or one another, they are shivering with ecstasy as they move into this place of compounded alignment, you see. But if you are in a place of orneriness or in a place of fear, the call of source doesn't sound like shivers. It doesn't feel like ecstasy, but it does feel like relief. It feels like an improved emotion from where you are. And this is the thing that we so want you to hear. We want you to make peace with yourself about wherever you are in your canoe along this stream or this emotional scale. We want you to let it be all right wherever you are and just say, no problem, I'll just turn and go with the flow. Because in the moment that you relax and stop pushing against whatever it is that your struggle is about, the current itself will take you. And as you allow the current to take you, better and better and better and better and better feeling emotions are going to flow through you.